Hello, friend. Thank you for joining me today. You are really warmly welcome to join this live coffee with Hannele Korhonen, happy customers and happy lawyers. I am Hannele from Lawyers Design School, and in these weekly live sessions, I give you tips and actionable advice on how to get more happy clients and make yourself a happy lawyer too with the help of legal design thinking. The comment and QA boxes are open, so please feel free to include any comments that you have, and let's get the discussion going as well. Today our topic is emotions and how they relate to client experience in law. And not the most obvious theme in the legal land, right? You don't hear the word emotion connected to law very often. And yet I claim that emotions, the way our clients feel, are exactly what we should be talking about and talking about more, especially if we want to work and improve on the client experience in law. And when I first started talking about the importance of emotions and importance of knowing how your clients feel about working with you and how they feel about your services, in one legal design workshop, I made a rookie mistake. I assumed that all the participants were on the same page with me, that I was just stating the obvious facts about emotions. And I explained some really interesting research findings about how clients feel about legal services, and then I tried to get the group to discuss how they could use this information in their own services and when they are working on their client experience. But nobody said anything. It was just dead silence, and everyone was so quiet, and I was like, what did I do wrong? Because I thought that the topic was so important and so thought-provoking. But then one lawyer raised her hand and said that, okay, this is all very nice, but why do we need to know this stuff? Why is it important to know how our clients feel? And there it was, the core question that I completely ignored to answer and address first. And as it turned out, it's not very clear for lawyers why we should care about emotions. We all have feelings, cool, but what do they have to do with buying legal services or working with lawyers? Because the law is all about reason, logic, rationality, and clients come to us because they want facts and solid legal expertise to handle their case. And in the legal industry, we value rationality and efficiency, not emotional intelligence. And this is exactly where we get it wrong. So let me break this down for you. If you think about the last time you were buying something, after the decision, you decided to buy something, and then after the decision, you thought that, okay, this was very clever for me, and I was so wise to do this decision. And then, like you do all the decisions, especially the big ones, with your head and not with your heart. But in fact, you make the decision with your heart, and then you find a way to explain it with your head. Because we humans are not rational beings. We are emotional beings that find reasoning to our decisions and behavior afterwards. And emotions drive our behavior and they drive our actions as well. And this is true whether you're in B2C or B2B business. Because also in B2B, we are humans first, and it's a human-to-human business. So emotions play a huge role in the decision making. And Harvard Business School professor Gerald Saltman actually says that up to 95% of our decisions are based on our subconscious emotional mind, 95%. So we do not make decisions based on our rational thought and measured condition. And this is also the case with legal services. And I love this quote from Maya Angelou that says that people will forget what you said and people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you make them feel. And this is what emotions do. Emotions are the way to create lasting, memorable experience with the people you work. And people will forget the experience fast if there is no emotional connection there. And it's also about building relationships, because emotions are built in the relationship we have with other people, like our clients. And long-lasting relationships go so much further than just one-time transactions. And these relationships are also resilient. So if you make mistakes or you face challenges along the way, these relationships will last. So you don't have to actually be perfect, but you have to be human. And this is why emotions are such critically important building block of client experience and why you should care about them. If you want to dive deeper into elements of remarkable client experience in law, make sure to check out my blog post where I explained what is the client experience in law. That is, you can find it in lawyersdesignschool.com/blog. Then few words about client satisfaction, because many times when we think about emotions attached to client experience, we think about client satisfaction. And we ask the clients about their satisfaction. How satisfied were you when with our service? And I'm sure that you've answered these kind of surveys yourself as well. And you may be satisfied with the technical performance of the service, but how memorable was it? What does a brilliant review on client satisfaction even mean? Yes, I was very satisfied, but then what? And this may come as a surprise for you, but making your clients satisfied is not really enough. Even though we say that we want satisfied clients, and that is actually not what we should be aiming for. We should be aiming higher. Because satisfaction is kind of the baseline, something that the clients expect. It's the vanilla, it's the bulk, but it's not causing them to commit to buy your services again. They might not even remember who their lawyer was the last time around. So if you want to become your client's first choice, you need to make emotions part of your strategy. Well, that's just a fancy way of saying that you need to start paying attention to the emotions. You need to start talking to your clients and relating to their experience and their emotions along with that experience. And then making deliberate choices to create positive emotions about you and your work. And when you are able to create this emotional connection with you, the relationship becomes stronger and your client is more committed to your business and to your brand, and they are also more eager to tell their friends about you. In the beginning, I mentioned this research data on emotions as part of client experience in law, and maybe you're curious to hear more about it. This data is from Clio's Legal Trends report from 2018. In their study, Clio asked both lawyers and their clients about clients' emotions related to buying legal services. And emotions in this survey include anxiety, control, annoyance, anger, confusion, relief, urgency, disbelief, and frustration. And this study is really interesting because the results showed a big difference between the lawyer perceptions, the perceptions that lawyers have, and then the actual emotions that the client experience. For example, clients are much more frustrated and in disbelief than lawyers recognize. And on the other hand, there is an enormous sense of relief connected to legal services that the clients feel, but lawyers do not see this or appreciate. And one really interesting insight from the study is that clients feel a lot of anxiety, annoyance, and even anger in relation to the legal services. And lawyers seem to know this. Their perception is they are very, very aware of this. But are lawyers really doing anything about it? If you know that your client is anxious, how might you improve the situation for them? It's easy to see that if you could offer relief for your client's anxiety, it could mean the world to the client. And so as you can see, you can get really valuable information from your clients as long as you are deliberate and in getting to understand their experience. Okay, so how do you then know how your clients feel? The only way to know how they feel is to check in and ask. You need to be intentional and consistent here to get the real data. Check in with your clients and do it regularly, and start building a database or some way of tracking this information. Designing a good experience is all about feedback. And without feedback, without your clients telling and showing their emotions, you don't have a compass to guide your actions. And as Brené Brown wisely says, you cannot really walk in another person's shoes. You cannot feel the emotion the other person is feeling as it doesn't really show to the outside. You can ask the person to tell their story and then also believe it. And one of the benefits, I'm coming back to legal design that I talk about a lot, one of the benefits of legal design framework is that client participation and feedback loops are built into the process. And with easy and practical tools, you are equipped to involve your clients in the process and turn the insight that you get into actionable ideas and improvements in your service delivery. And if you're interested in looking into this framework, go check out my website, lawyersdesignschool.com. But whichever way you decide to go about getting to know your clients more, just start doing it today. Okay, now it's your turn. How well do you know your clients and their experience? Is it time to find out? And I would love to know, what did you learn today? Be sure to follow the next episode where I will be sharing more insight on how to improve your customer experience with legal design. And I want to thank you for joining me today. I'd love to hear from you, so please leave a comment or send me a DM to continue the discussion. I will be happy to answer you. Bye for now.